Good morning, it's our third day of the Montenegro trip, so welcome back to another vlog. And if you want to go and check out the other ones previously, you can look at them in the description. But it has been a very horrible night last night. It was raining, thundering, and it is still raining a little bit now. So the weather is not looking great. I will show you outside just now. You can already see on the window it's raining. But look at that. Not very good weather at all, but this should be the worst weather that we have for the rest of the trip. So I'm not too bothered. We're going to go down for breakfast now though, hopefully get some nice food again. I'm going to try and get a couple of omelettes because yesterday we tried the omelettes out and they were all freshly made with the pans. You basically just tick a sheet with what you want in the omelette. So you've got cheese and other things. We're probably going to go back down to the Blue restaurant because that was the nicer one of the two and it had a lot more choice than the other one. And then while we're down there, we're going to decide what we're going to do later on. So we've just been down for breakfast, ended up having 2 omelettes this morning, which were very tasty. Had some mushrooms and potatoes, which were in this sauce as well, all very nice. Then I also tried a few more of the bareks, which was quite nice as well. There was one with cheese and spinach, and that was delicious. And then we went for the pastries, where I was able to have a donut, apple strudel, and something else, but it was really tasty. I don't know actually what it was. I had a little bit of pineapple as well, because that tasted really fresh. And now we're going to head off to Perast, which is just across the water from where we're staying. So there's 3 different ways of getting to Perast. You can either get the taxi, which is 45 to 50 euros each way, so it comes to about 100 euros, or you can get the boat, which is 70 euros each way, so that'll be 140 euros for the both of us, or we're going to take the really cheap option, which is getting the bus. However, the buses can be a little bit unreliable at arriving on time. They will get there eventually, but in terms of waiting at the bus stops, you could be waiting there for a while. I think it's probably because the roads are so bad, but they're 150 each. So 150 to the Old Town, then 150 from the Old Town to Perast. And then because it's the 2 of us, that'll be 3 euros to the Old Town and 3 euros to Perast. So overall, only 6 euros. But let's get going now and hopefully, fingers crossed, the buses will be on time. So we've just got off the bus. It was about an hour delayed, which was not ideal. And also there's loads of traffic, I don't know if you can see that, going into the Old Town. Not too sure why, to be honest, because it was completely fine yesterday. But now we're going to try and find the bus that goes to Perast. It was actually mad on the bus as well. If you're claustrophobic and don't like being stood really close to people, I definitely don't recommend getting the bus because it was really claustrophobic on there. And it was that steamy that there was literally one of the passengers having to wipe down the front screen the whole way so that the driver could see. But I think we can see why it is so delayed, the bus, because of the traffic going into the Kotor Old Town. But hopefully the one off to Perast won't be quite as bad, but we'll have to see. 2.5 hours later and 6 euros down, we have arrived in Perast. It is a shame about the weather, but it is absolutely stunning. I'll just give you some quick views now of Perast. So it's quite hilly by the looks of it, so we're gonna have to go up and down the hills, and then the bus stop, which we've just been to, is literally, if I show you where the bus stop is that just there. There's no like stop or anything, no seats. It just stopped there. So we have no idea really on the way back where we're going to stand. But it's definitely worth the money, I think, because a taxi would have cost 45 and it still would have taken the same amount of time to drive here. It's just the waiting around for the bus, which delayed us by an hour or so. So we're now going to head our way down into the town It's quite steep on foot, to be fair, so don't bring your flip-flops or whatever. Make sure you're wearing decent shoes. So we've come down to the Bay Area to the Siggia Volga restaurant. It looks very tasty. We've ordered some bruschetta, which was $10.20. You get a lot more than you do in the UK, so I'll probably say that is worth the price. We also ordered a Fanta and a Coke Zero. They were both $3.90 each. And then we checked the beer price and the cider price, and that was a similar price to the Old Town of about $5.50 and $4.90. But got nice views. It's just a shame that it is thundering and raining at the moment. Just finished our bruschetta, still getting a little bit wet. It's not been great weather, however, it is now blue skies coming over the top. The service wasn't great though, 2 people actually left. Tasty food, and now we're just finishing our walk around the coast of Perast, and then we're going to head back potentially on a boat taxi, because they're only charging on this side €35, whereas at the hotel they try to charge us €70, so 35 is not as bad, and it's hopefully only a 15 to 20 minute journey. We were thinking about going to that island over there which has got a church on it, but we don't think it's going to be worth it really, and with the weather not being great it's probably going to be quite rocky on the boat. But I don't think it'll be too expensive to get a taxi over if you did want to go, and I think you can go into the church as well if you want to go and see inside. But hopefully that should be pretty much all of the rain for the rest of the holiday, but we'll have to see. So we decided to visit the island in the end. It was only about €5 there and back, so for both of us it was €10, so that's not too bad at all. So we decided to come across, and it is actually stunning, the island, and you can see all around Kotor Bay as well. So I'll give you a quick view from the opposite side. So over in the distance over there now, that is Perast. Then as you go further into the bay, we're staying on that right hand side, and then right in the far distance is where the Kotor Old Town is. We weren't that interested in going into the church, but if you did want to go in, it was €3 per person, so we're not going to do that today. But the island is definitely worth a visit, whether you want to go in or not, just for the spectacular views of the Kotor Bay. Back in Perast, we're now going to go and ask the guy that offered us the boat taxi for €35 whether he can take us across back to the hotel. Back in the room, it's been about half an hour since we got back. Beth went for a quick nap and I started doing some editing of the YouTube videos. We're now going to head back out to go in the pool. It's about 5 PM, so we're not going to be out for too long, but we thought we'd take a quick dip just to cool off, enjoy the sun now that it's out finally, and then we'll come back up to the room and get dressed to go out. All showered, dressed and ready to go. Today we've gone for the All Saints top, the black jeans, and then the grey shoes again, the grey Nike shoes. And now we're heading off down to the Ole, where we actually went for the first meal where I had the pizza, which I didn't actually really enjoy, so I'm hoping to have something else this time, and hopefully it'll taste nice. There is actually a cocktail thirst day, as it is a Thursday, on today at the Ole bar, so we're going to go and check that out as well and see whether we get a discount on cocktails or something, because we asked at the pool bar up at the top, but they didn't seem to know what was going on, so we're hoping that it is actually on and we can get some discounts on cocktails. But as we've been on our feet a lot today, we are going to have a chilled one by the hotel. Hopefully try and watch the sunset as well, because now there's no clouds. The sunset should hopefully look a lot better. Might be able to get some footage of that as well, which we'll see in just a second. So let's get down there, have a few drinks and have some food. I've had a really good night. They had this Thomas Henry Cocktail Company turn up, build their own bar, and then there was a saxophonist right next to them playing some banging tunes as well. So there were 3 different cocktails on offer, which were called cocktails of the day. There was the Cruel Summer, which was mango flavoured, the Blossom Breeze, which was cherry blossom flavoured, which was actually really nice, and the Paloma flavour as well, which was pink grapefruit. I'd probably go in the order of the cherry blossom, then the mango, and then the mango, and then the pink grapefruit. The food, we both had the vegetarian tacos and the vegan burger. They are both delicious, I have to say. Flavours were much better than they were the other day when I had the pizza. And then after the meal, I had a few Nixico beers, which are very nice from the bottles. Quite expensive though there. And then Beth had the Summersby ciders again, as she usually does. So all of that came to €103. So we spent quite a lot tonight, but we definitely made up for it with the transport that we did earlier. So for the cocktails of the day, each of those was €13. The Nixico beer was $4.50 per beer, and then the Summersby cider was €7. In terms of the food, the vegan burger was €20, whereas the vegetarian tacos was just 15, and then there's also a 10% service charge for everything that you have down at the Ole bar. It was definitely worth going though, with the saxophonist and the bar at the front as well, where they were making the cocktails basically live on the stage. Although the food and drink is quite expensive, so on any other day I'd definitely say that's a lot more than what you're going to pay if you go to the Old Town or if you go for a little walk down the Bayside. So in summary for today, I definitely recommend taking the bus to Perast to begin with. I know it was an hour delayed, but I don't think the traffic would usually be that bad. I think the weather maybe made the traffic a lot worse than it usually is, because that only cost us €6 to get there, and then definitely get the boat back, because once you speak to a couple of people along the side, you can barter with them a little bit, and they said that it was going to be €35, which was a lot cheaper than what we were told at the hotel of €70 each way. But we have had a great day going exploring a little bit further, even though the weather wasn't amazing. So I hope you did all enjoy this vlog, and if you did, you can go check out last week's vlog, which I'll leave a link to that here, or you can go and check out all of my vlogs in the worldwide vlog playlist. So I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all tomorrow with another vlog.